Oh girl, I don't know where it went so wrong, but I look translucent, girl. Hey, welcome to my video. If you're from my Instagram, I love you, and if you're not from my Instagram, love you all the same. So we're gonna get ready together today. Now, we're gonna do it a little bit differently though. I have some products here that are new to my collection. I have others that I've literally only tried maybe once or twice and really didn't get the chance to play with at all. And then I have some products that I really loved in the past, but then for whatever reason, just randomly stopped using one day. And so I wanna revisit those specifically today. I wanna see if I can put some of them back into my rotation. Anyways, if this sounds like something that you might be into, then please keep watching. Some things never change though, so the first thing that I'm gonna do right now is just pin my hair back and then we can really get started. Okay, now that that's done, I'm gonna start with a little bit of skincare and I'm gonna be using eye patches because to be honest, these under eyes are dehydrated and need some love. Now these are the 1-2 free hyaluronic eye patches. They are very cute as you can see. They are new to my collection. I actually never heard of this brand before, but I did get them in an advent calendar. So I'm very excited to try these. I mean, you know, eye patches are eye patches are eye patches. So I don't think they're gonna be bad. I'm gonna let these sit for about 10 minutes and then I'll get back to you. Okay, here I am. So it's been 10 minutes and I'm gonna take these off. You know what, to be honest, I felt like these had a little bit less serum than eye patches that I'm used to. I feel like they started drying within like 2 minutes and that normally really doesn't happen at all. So it's either they had less serum or my under eyes drank up all of it immediately. So I don't know how to feel about that, but you know what? Maybe it's a good thing because sometimes the serums disrupt my makeup underneath. So maybe it's not that bad. And also my under eyes still do feel pretty nice. So let's move on. We are gonna be moving on to eye makeup. And since I'm gonna be using an eyeshadow palette that I only used, I believe, literally just once, I'm gonna need a primer that I know that I can trust. So by this point, you all already know where this is going. Yes, this is the P. Louise eye base and I'm just applying a thin layer all over my eyes. Now that that's on, I'm moving on to eyeshadow and I'm using a Lunar Beauty palette here today. Now this is the 12 Days of Lunar Advent Calendar palette that I believe came out last year. And I used it literally once for a video and then I just sort of completely forgot about it. You know, if you're a makeup girly, you know that a lot of makeup keeps coming out and you sort of want to buy all of it if that's what you know, love. And I certainly do. And I don't buy everything that comes out, all of the products, but eyeshadow palettes I do buy a lot of. And so I just kind of forgot about this one. And I just sort of saw it recently when I was cleaning up my collection a little bit. So I was like, let me dip back into this palette and see what it's really about. So I'm using the medium brown shade. I'm sorry, they don't have names, but I'm applying that all in my crease and on the outer corner of my eye. Now I'm just sort of trying to wing it out and I'm doing that towards my eyebrow, but I don't want this to be too much of a dramatic wing, although I don't know if I'll succeed, we'll see, but that's my plan, okay? That's the goal. So now that it's blended out, you can sort of see what I meant. As far as I remember, the eyeshadows did cooperate nicely. At least this first one that I'm applying right now is doing just that. So far, so good. Now I'm using a smaller fluffy detailed blending brush and this is the Sigma E36 and I'm dipping into that sort of chocolatey brown and I'm applying it in the outer corner of my eye and I'm also gonna create a little bit of a wing here as well. Okay, and that's done. This shade blended out beautifully as well and there's literally pretty much no fallout in the pans. So this is going pretty well. I now kind of feel bad that I forgot about this palette. What can you do, you know? Okay, so now with that same brush, I'm dipping into the black shade, but I'm gonna use a very small amount of this and then just sort of blend it out kind of like that. Okay, and now I'm dipping back into those same 3 shades, but in their reverse order just to strengthen the pigment a little bit. Now I'm gonna use 2 shimmery shades, one for the very inner corner. So this is that champagne shade and it is very beautiful and also pretty pigmented. It's sort of giving my eyes that kind of like wet look and I love that. And the second shade that I'm going to use is the lighter gold. This one I believe has some green reflex in it. Now It's not duochrome by any means. It's just a beautiful little glow. And that's pretty much it. Now I do have to clean up around the edges with foundation and stuff. And then once I do that, I'll just smear some of the same colors on my lower lash line. But yeah, that means that we need to have a small intermission and move on to the face. So as far as priming goes, I'm gonna be using two main things. One is a priming spray and the other one is a serum slash primer. So I'm first applying the serum. Now this is a lovely pineapple serum slash primer, just like I said. And it feels nice enough on the skin. Now I'm wondering how this is gonna feel when it starts to dry a little bit. I wonder if this will be a good base for makeup. I guess we'll see. It smells really nice though. It smells exactly like pineapple. I don't believe it's too overbearing, but I do love that. Some people may not, so that's why I'm just letting you know. It's not that sticky, but you know what? It might be a decent enough base in combination with this next product. So I'm gonna be using the priming spray from Trixie Cosemetics. This is called First Base. Woo! I applied quite a lot. Anyways, I did use this once before, I believe, but I bought this in a set of 3 sprays, and I always sort of forget that they have a priming spray. Like, that just is never in my routine anyways. I do love a setting spray, but I almost never use a priming spray, so I do forget about this one. So now it's my time to use it a little bit more. As far as foundation goes though, I am gonna use a combo of a foundation slash concealer that I used to use quite often, and it's the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. I believe I saw this on TikTok. And I'm first starting off by, as you can see, cleaning around the brows a little bit. And I'm gonna buff that into my skin using a beauty blender, of course. Now, upon first glance, this seems to be applying completely normally. I also am not encountering any problems with the serum or the priming spray that I applied before this. So far, so good, I guess. This is very light though, even lighter than my normal Fit Me foundation by Maybelline. So I'm thinking I maybe just gradually moved on from this because I normally get a little bit more tan in the summer, and so this just wasn't a fit anymore. Is that it? I don't know. But then again, my winter foundation oxidizes more than this, so girl, stay tuned. Let me actually apply it to my whole face and then get back to you. Now, the coverage of this foundation could, I feel like, easily be medium to full. Although, again, I'm looking a lot like Morticia Addams right now. But we're gonna contour and warm up the face. It's gonna be fine. Anyways, you're used to me not really ever being able to correctly shade match myself. So this is on brand, really. It's like ghostly white. Girl, what is happening? Was this foundation always like this? And was I just always delusional? Or is this like a new thing that is starting to happen with the product? I have no idea, girl. I guess I might as well use the same matching concealer and just see what happens. So as far as the concealer goes, it's definitely more of a medium coverage, but it's not bad. If you choose to turn off this video right now, I understand, because look at me. I was gonna try a different setting powder today, but you know what? Looking like this, I simply can't risk it anymore. I need to save this look because I can't wipe it off. I don't have time. Therefore, I will be using the same powder that I always use. Okay, look, considering the fact that I need a break from this wannabe Phantom of the Opera mask that I have now decided to call face makeup, I'm moving swiftly back to the eyes, and I'm just blending some color on my lower lash line, and I'm also gonna apply mascara, and then we're gonna run, not walk, run to bronzer and blush, because what is this, girl? Like, really, what is it? Really, for real. So that's done. Now, similarly to what I had said before, I was gonna use a different bronzer, I really was, but I'm scared to do it now because I don't know if it's gonna mess this face up even more. So I'm just dipping into my trusty old NARS bronzer just because I know it can do no wrong. So I'm just bronzing up, hopefully, the entire face. Okay, look, it is what it is, okay? Blush. So I actually picked up all 3 of the new Nimya blushes, but I'm gonna be using the pink one today. Oh, and by the way, all of these blushes come with their own little mini beauty sponges, which I personally really appreciate. Okay, let's get to the application. So I'm just gonna scoop some out here on my hand, or palette. I was gonna say palette, but everybody, you all know by this point that I mean my hand, because that's the only thing I use as a palette. Okay, and so also I should mention that I did dampen the little beauty blender that came with it. Okay, see, that's what that looks looks like on the hand. And now I'm just gonna place it directly on my cheek. Okay, I feel better. Oh my god, blush always makes me feel better. I feel a little better about this now. That's really pretty. And as you can see, it's practically blending itself. I really like this so far. Yeah, look at that cheek. I look more alive now. Also, low-key, I'm just gonna apply some blush kind of everywhere because of obvious reasons. Okay, now this is beautiful, but this is a cream product, and with the way that I live my life, cream products don't really last that long on me, so I need to set it with a powder. I'm setting it with a Patrick Ta powder blush. Now, this one looks gorgeous, but I don't think I've ever used the powder version of this blush, or maybe I just tried it out once really quickly. I'm not sure. As per usual, I look like a clown because I got too excited and used too much blush. But you know what? For this look today, that might be the way to go. Oh, also, I completely forgot to contour my nose earlier, so I'm just gonna do that really quickly. I'm using the same product that I always use, so nothing to report here. So for highlight, I'm using one that I used to love, but just sort of stopped using eventually. I don't know why. This is the NYX La Casa de Papel highlighter, and I'm just applying a tiny bit because this one is very pigmented, but so beautiful. It's this like rose gold shade. I hope you can see. Now I'm gonna move on to lips, and I'm gonna be using actually 3 products that I don't normally. First of all, I'm starting off with the Zoeva lip pencil. Is it Zoeva or is it Zoeva? I don't know. Let me know. Anyways, I got this in my advent calendar 2 days ago, and I saw it and immediately fell in love because it's the perfect nudie pink shade. It's actually reminding me of Soar by MAC kind of, and it glides on super easily, as you can see. Anyway, let me stop talking. I hate when I do that. I am so annoying. But yeah, I'm just gonna apply the rest of this on, and I'm gonna overline as always just a little bit. Okay, so there we go. This is such a pretty shade, glided on like a dream. I had a feeling this was gonna be good, so I'm so happy that it is. Okay, now onto the actual lip color. I'm gonna be using the MAC Locked Kiss ink. Apparently it's like transfer proof, kiss proof, sweat proof, 24-hour wear, whatever. We'll just see about that, okay? And this is just really one of those your lips but better type of colors, and it complements the lip liner perfectly, which is what I wanted. It is matte, which we're gonna fix in a moment, but anyway, when I do use liquid matte drying lipsticks like this, now I like to apply a little bit and then just dab them in, especially if you want to leave it matte, because otherwise your lips feel way too dry and uncomfortable. So it really is very well pigmented, and I did apply a very light layer, so that's great. But now, of course, I have to add some gloss. I'm gonna add a Nimya gloss. Now, this is in the shade Don't Tell Anyone, and I actually love this formula of glosses. I use a different shade on almost a daily basis at this point. It's really beautiful. This shade though, I think I used it only like twice, and that's because it gives off a very wintry feeling. It is a sort of cool silver shade, but since it is December, I think we can play with that now. So, ooh, see how pretty? Oh, okay, I'm gonna love this for this look. I'm just gonna add a regular clear lip gloss on top of this too. So we have one last product to try, and then we're done. So this is another setting spray by Trixie Cosemetics. Now this one has like glitter in it, not like chunky glitter, but like shimmery particles. This is the 9th inning spray, and I've been waiting for like a special occasion to use this. I purposely did not want to use this, and now since we're on camera, since we're together, I feel like it's the right time, so let's do it. Again, smells beautiful. Now, I didn't want to use too much of this because I didn't know, what it was gonna give exactly. But let me look in my little mirror here. So it's definitely very soft. I feel like a spray that could be similar to this, but not really, is the Gold Light by MAC. I actually love that one. That one has more shimmer particles. Like if you step into the sun, you could actually see the glitter particles. This one, not so much until you really like get up close. And I feel like you wouldn't be giving Edward Cullen in the sunlight, which I'm sure a lot of people will love. And I love it too. It's sort of like demure. It does give the skin a nice glow, but it's not very glittery. So I feel like more people would actually love this one more than the Gold Light, but that's just an opinion. Anyways, now let me let down my hair and we can talk. Okay, so this is the finished look. In the end, I feel like we sort of saved it a little bit with the blush and the bronzer, but I still look way too pale. This is not my shade. I don't know what happened with this foundation. I beg of you, if you see this in another video, like, mind your business and thank you and I love you. But yeah, besides that, I feel like this look is overall successful and turned out pretty well, which I'm happy about, and I'm glad that I did this because now I can just put some of these products into my regular rotation, and I don't think I would have done that if it wasn't for this video. So here's a reminder to you, if you have some products that you stopped using and you really don't remember why, try them again. Maybe tread lightly on the foundations and double check your shade, girly pop. Don't end up being me, but otherwise just have fun. It's just makeup. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. Like, this is gonna wipe off, so who cares? But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, then please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!